Ways of convincing me that I can stand in front of a video camera and look straight at the camera. I finally agreed to do it. And I wrote the word Haifa on my hand, and you could see me in the video looking very awkwardly at the camera. So please go and check out that video. And the words I actually say are for a Palestinian poet called Fadwatul Khan. I wanted to honor her. And the words say, I defy you, future. I will return to my homeland. I will return to our houses and our roses. We are determined. We will return. And on that theme, I am going to present to you a poem called Chronologies. And this is a poem for all the people who look at Palestinian refugees and tell us that it's not practical to speak about the right of return. As most of you would know, one of the demands of the call for boycotts, divestment, and sanctions against apartheid Israel, one of the demands is the right of return, because we refugees are actually the majority of the Palestinian people. So how can you be in solidarity with parts of us and not the majority of us? So to honor that demand of the boycott call, I wrote this poem to all the individuals that tell me it's not practical to simply say I want to go home. It's called Chronologies. Chronologies, 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 chronologies with no purpose, just dates upon dates and dates, just dates upon dates and dates to remind us we once existed over there. And years have only become names for our massacres. Years have become names for our massacres. 48, 67, 48, 67, 2012, and we're still waiting. The dead, our dead, are listed, graphed, mapped, and clustered in phosphorus, wrapped neatly in statistics for your evening news. Our dead are listed, graphed, mapped, and clustered in phosphorus, wrapped neatly in a statistic for your evening news. 2012 and waiting, we're still waiting long enough in visa lines to carve out a home of fake smiles and documents, to know that I'm from there and I'm unwanted anywhere else. The there they accuse us of, the there of stories told in shelters in Beirut, grandparents, voices trembling, never knowing if they will see there again. And I could smell the oranges of Jaffa without ever seeing them, and I could taste the oranges of Jaffa without ever seeing them. I could smell the oranges of Jaffa without ever seeing them. 2012 and waiting. We're still waiting for them to agree to negotiate or not negotiate, to apologize for our own Nakba, to accept exile, accept our exile and pray forgetfulness and be practical, child, they tell me. Be pragmatic, child, they tell me. The refugees are the last stumbling block. They call me a stumbling block. They call me a stumbling block. So they negotiate us away. They will never let you return, child. Don't be a dreamer, child. They will never let you return, child. Don't be a dreamer. Who's heroes? We're not dreamers. As we need permission to go back home, or have a choice to be from somewhere else, and still from 48 to today, our dead are numbered, listed, graphed, mapped, and clustered in phosphorus, wrapped neatly in a statistic for your evening news. Our dead are still listed, graphed, mapped, and clustered in phosphorus, wrapped neatly in statistics for your evening news. 2012, and we're still waiting for another boat to break another siege, for another boat to break another siege, for another Irish boat to go and break another siege, for another boat to break yet another siege, for mothers to make miracles, raising children only on lentils and no shoes for school. We make miracles every day, we make miracles. 2012, and we're still waiting, and there will be more boats. I promise you, there will be more boats, and I will sit in one, curled up in a memory that still smells of lead and concrete, in a memory that still smells of lead and concrete. And my children, they'll learn to play. My children, they will learn to play by the beach on Yafa. My children will learn to play by a beach in Yafa, by a beach in Haifa, by a beach in Akka. My children will learn to play, and they will tell stories. They will tell the whole world stories of how long we waited, how long we waited, how long we waited to get back home. 2012, and we're waiting.